How is everyone doing today? And in this video, we are going to be talking about the things you should consider before we summon on Jane Doe, because specifically with her banner coming out very soon, we're going to talk about all the 5 stars and all the information that we know of in regards to upcoming 5 stars when it comes to the current 5 star currently on the banner, and of course Jane Doe's details in her kit by herself as well, which she is a very strong character, and I cannot wait to talk about her even more. I do already have a showcase talking about and showcasing her off in regards to her damage, one of her better teams, and we will be having more showcases as time goes by. So make sure you leave a sub, like, comment, all the different type of stuff if you are excited for more of those videos. But going back into Jane, we are going to go ahead and talk about the first current character that we have in the game right now, which is going to be Qingyi. And Qingyi, for the most part, is absolutely nasty when it comes to what she's able to provide in terms of stun, when it comes to what she's able to provide in terms of her own days. She has a lot of aspects to her kit that make her not only really great as a character right now in the game, but also for the future aspect of the character, because as we know, she's a very universal character with her team passive being able to be procced with just attack characters in whole. So this makes her very universal with a bunch of different teams in the future, and 100% probably going to work really well with a lot of the DPSs coming out. Of course, with characters like Jane, with characters like Burnice, who we will talk about later, we will be seeing something in sort of a change when it comes to anomaly teams versus general DPS teams. So this is something that we are gonna have to look forward to, and this may change up or down Qingyi's value as time goes by. But regardless, Qingyi is still a very strong character, and a really good one at that, with what she's able to give with her stun, how fast she's able to stun enemies, and also the stun damage multiplier boost that increases your DPS by a crazy amount. There's just a lot of characters right now specifically that have released in certain times. Qingyi has been an absolutely god tier stunner. Zhu has been absolutely crazy, and I mean a crazy character for DPS in whole with her burst style playstyle, and it's just a really strong aspect to her kit. Ellen has seen a little bit of a slight drop off, not fully, because she's still a really strong DPS, but when looking at the value and also the potential of a lot of the characters coming out, holy crap, is Zhu gonna hold up, and Qingyi. Ellen was our first really good DPS that we've had, and she's still going to be really good for a very long time. But as we're pushing anomaly, as we're pushing these very high bursty, high DPS playstyles, we're going to see a lot of different changes and a lot of the different characters going up and down in the value of the tier list. And I cannot wait to see that, because it looks like Zenless's meta is going to change quite a bit as time goes by. Of course, going back into Jane, our next character coming into the banner, she is going to be very strong. I mean, for anomaly, she's basically the forefront of this damage type, and will 100% show everyone that, yeah, disorders and assaults and every other reaction is very important to look into, specifically because she's able to make the most of it. She's able to make really fast anomaly buildup with a lot of the buffs that she has in her own passion state. She's able to keep herself in her passion state, giving her anomaly proficiency, and not only that, she also has the ability to make assaults crit, which I think are absolutely nasty when it comes to all that she's able to do in terms of damage, in terms of self-fulfilling in her own kit. She's such a great character overall, and it's just a really good feel for Jane Doe. So if you like anomaly, if you like the way anomaly is played, then Jane Doe is definitely a character you 100% want to look forward to and working out and playing with her. The cool thing about her is that she doesn't necessarily need a stun, so she does follow a different set of rules versus a lot of her other teammates when it comes to something like Zhu or even Ellen, where they don't even need the enemy to be stunned to be able to do their damage. Jane Doe basically does it whenever she wants, so she's actually a really strong character, especially with all the damage that she's popping with 300k 200k assaults non-stop. And not only that, with her giving her own boosts with anomaly proficiency, with anomaly buildup, and also with making assaults crit, the assaults that crit can also be procced by other physical characters. All the characters like Nekomata, characters like Piper, any future characters like maybe even, let's say, Caesar, is possible to make them do their assault and then they pop that 300k 200k, which would be absolutely insanity once we start playing around with builds and we start seeing, now that we have Jane on the team, we have this little state that we get from the passive. What can we do with other characters? Can we make other characters proc these that do way more damage somehow? There's just a lot of different avenues that we're going to be looking forward to when it comes to using Jane or any other anomaly unit in the future versus a lot of the other characters. And this is going to be a really cool thing to look at. But Jane definitely is a very strong anomaly character and someone that 100% is worth the pickup if you are looking towards that playstyle. Going on to our next characters that will be coming out in version 1.2 are going to be Burnice and Caesar. Now, Caesar is supposed to be the first one that comes out if it goes in the order they were posted on Twitter, and she's going to be defense physical. And for the 5-star to be a defense physical, or overall just a defense 5-star, this is going to be a pretty big deal. I'm pretty sure Caesar is going to be a nasty shielder with the equivalent of maybe Zhongli from Genshin, where you just have an impenetrable shield, having it to where your allies can be very comfort, or this is a very comfortable character while she's giving some type of buff or while she's giving some type of role that's going to allow her to be played in a different way. So I'm really excited to see what Caesar is going to do. We are going to be getting a live stream, and this is the beauty of having a second half patch character, which is Jane doesn't have to be summoned for at the start of the patch. You can wait, because if you wait, you have a lot of information given to you while you're waiting to summon on Jane. You get to see the stream where we get to see Caesar and also Burnice's gameplay. But not only that, we also get the drip marketing for the next patch, which would be 1.3, which is a huge deal. So for a lot of you that are a little if and so versus if you're going to get Jane or if you're going to save, maybe you should wait until we get the stream, until we see what Caesar does in whole and see what Burnice do in whole. That way we're able to make a little bit of a better informed decision. And not only that, we may see some drip market, or not may, we will see some drip market sometime when Jane has their banner released. And who knows, we might get something crazy for 1.3, maybe something like Yanagi and maybe something like Harumasa, or maybe even Miyabi, which we're all waiting for at the end of the day, which is going to be super exciting. But to cover the last character, besides all the information that we are going to get in the future, Burnice being an anomaly character, if you were to get Jane, I feel like Jane plus Burnice is going to be an insane combo, not only because how strong Jane is already, but because if you have Jane and Burnice both being 5-star anomaly, and they're probably going to be buffing each other up, they're probably going to be buffing themselves up when it comes to anomaly buildup, when it comes to anomaly proficiency. There's so much that can happen, especially when there are different elements, physical and fire, and with having these two, you're able to proc a crap ton of disorders most likely, and it's going to be absolutely insanity the amount of damage we're probably going to see from Burnice and also Jane Doe. So there's so much that we can look forward to when it comes to the combinations of different characters, when it comes to Jane Doe, when it comes to Burnice, or maybe even a whole meta shift with a 5-star defense character, which is going to allow us to do some absolutely crazy things in this game. Because if we go into Zenless Zone 0 and we see the defense characters that we have right now, Ben is able to buff crit rate while also giving a nice shield. Same thing with Seth. Seth is going to be in the game to be able to help out with anomaly characters with anomaly proficiency boost and also an anomaly build-up boost, which is going to help out any anomaly character in the future. And there's just so much they can do with someone like Caesar, because if you go with Caesar and she's a defense character, what did we get with Seth coming into the game? Not only does the shield provide anomaly proficiency the same way Ben provides crit rate with his shield, but with Caesar, or with Seth specifically, we're going to probably see the reverse quick assist happen again, because as you may know, when you go into a lot of these supports, let's say someone like Nicole, and you go into her skill or her chain attack or whatever, you are able to quick assist after you use these different moves. Now the thing about defenses, or Seth specifically, is that he has a reverse quick switch. So that means if you are doing a team, let's say you have a team of Qingyi, Lycan, and Nicole can only move forward with quick assist. It doesn't matter if you switch in or out either direction, you only move forward in a quick assist. That means Qingyi would be the next character to pop up. With a reverse quick assist, that means Nicole, if she had that mechanic, would switch to Lycan instead. So that way, let's say you can sandwich them, one on the support and the other on defense with the reverse quick assist. You have non-stop access to bounce between the DPS from both different roles. So this is going to change up the way we chain attack. This is going to change up the way we structure teams. And for the fact that Caesar is going to be our first 5-star taste of defense, I assume that she's going to be something nasty for the meta and something nasty for the defense role period, because we've been seeing a lot of dual role units like with Seth And like with Ben and a lot of these other characters that are fulfilling multiple roles when it comes to, you're able to do this plus do that. The way Qingyi has damage potential in her own passive, and the same way that Seth is able to do anomaly buildup as well, and also to give a good amount of days within doing all of his supportive abilities of giving a shield and also his reverse quick assist. There's just so much that's happening in the game right now, and looking forward to a lot of these 5 stars. You really want to make sure that you're waiting a little bit when Jane's banner comes out, because if you do, you're gonna have the most amount of information. We're gonna see gameplay on Caesar, gameplay on Burnice, and also the drip marketing for 1.3. And I know a lot of y'all do not want to miss out on Miyabi. If you some reason already pull on Jane on day 1 and you see Miyabi comes out in 1.3, you have some time to save up. But you probably could have saved up a little bit more to maybe get the weapon, maybe guarantee you're going to get Miyabi and the weapon. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, a lot of things that can go right. But other than that, that's pretty much it when it comes to this video, when it comes to talking about all the things you should consider before we summon on Jane Doe. Let me know how excited you are for Jane. Let me know if you're pulling for Jane. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See y'all on the next one, and peace.